Brought out the big boy today. Just wanted to see.
Again?
Yeah, wanted the wide angle today.
Wow.
Throw it in. What's going on, guys? We're over here at Sabir's house. We're gonna be showing you guys a little bit of the new Liquid X polishing system. We have to take some photos for it. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. We have to take some photos for it because Sabir's actually a photographer for Liquid X. So we're gonna go ahead and just give a quick cleanup of the car so that way we can polish it. And this will kind of show you guys what I do to keep my car so glossy. Polishing is a huge part of keeping your car clean. As you can see, it's pretty glossy. I mean, this is dirty to me, but it's not that dirty. It's just kind of dusty, covered with some bugs and stuff like that. But we definitely want to give this thing a quick wash just before we polish it, because whenever you're polishing, it actually just swirls in whatever's on there. So here's really like all the bugs and stuff all up in there. So we definitely want to clean that off. But for the most part, it's just kind of some dust and schmutz all over it. Camera's not totally picking it up because it's a wide angle. But yeah, we just want to clean it up real quick and then show you guys. And then after that, I'll show you guys how I polish it and keep it clean. And by the way, this is what it looks like all the way aired up. This is how I air it up so I can clean everything and clean in the wheel wells and stuff like that. So Sabir's been storing my buddy's car. This is John, the guy who does all my splitters. As you can see, he has one on this car as well. So yeah, he does all these splitters and he has this E30, which is actually for sale. So if any of you guys are interested, DM. Yeah, you bought it. If any of you guys are interested, actually DM Fitted Racing on Instagram and he'll give you guys the price and the details and all that. But it's actually M3 swap. So this has an E36 M3 motor in it.
S50.
S50, yeah. So the S50 motor is in there. And then this is the Matic Cave, which we haven't really used that much. This was pretty cool. Has some nice storage we built. Actually, John's brother, same one that owns this, built. Because Sabir and I just came up with ideas. Hopefully one day Sabir will have a C6 Z06 in here, or at our own house or something like that. But this is a pretty cool little garage that we built and added a bunch of stuff to. We used to have a TV and stuff in there, but now it's really become a garage.
Still a TV in there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Still there.
Yeah,
Xbox
there it is.
Still there. All you gotta do is move the car out, and then we can have our seats here. We're playing.
Xbox, TV, could have chairs right here and a little couch or something, and then boom.
I'm just helping John with some storage right now.
Yeah, so storing the buddy's car, but one day C6 Z06. So really what we're going to do is just a quick wash and rinse. Do the wash or the rinse first, and then we'll just foam cannon. Like I said, it's just kind of dusty. As long as I can get most of these bugs off, and we're going to use like the hood or something, and I can detail spray it, but just get all the air out of here first. So we have everything all nice and done now, and it's pretty glossy. I keep my car pretty clean for the most part. If you have the spiderweb looking scratches, the little light ones that go all across, those are called micro scratches. It's basically from whenever you dry the car or you rub it clean or something like that. You're basically scratching the surface of the clear coat, just very, very minute, but it does add a whole bunch of scratches whenever you do that. So to be careful, you want to just minimize how much you rub and how hard you're like squeezing down and rubbing into it. But I have a few spots that I could probably polish out and show you guys. Just over time, you get a little haze and stuff like that. And you can't really avoid this. It's just part of washing your car. You're gonna have that stuff. So if you can see a little haze around that light and some of those little rough spots, especially like right there, that little spot, we're gonna probably knock this out. He's gonna take some photos of it while I do that. And just show you guys the little system that Liquid X has come out with that's fully color coded, and you can totally do this at home even if you're a first timer. They have the Recover, they also have the Renew and the Revive. So it's blue, orange, and red, and the pads match right here as well. And then if you wanted to finish it off, you have some Better Wet Wax. But basically the blue goes with the blue, orange goes with the orange, red goes with red. You start off with the lightest thing. So basically when you're going to come into this, you're gonna start off with the lightest one you need, which might be the red, might be the orange, might be the blue. and then you work up. So then if you started with blue, like let's say your car was wrecked. If your car was wrecked, you'd start with blue, then you'd go to the orange, and then you'd finish with red. However, my car, it could probably just get by with just the red, which is the light polish or whatever, light finishing polish. But I'll probably start off with orange and then do red, just to show you guys what all we're looking at here. All right, so we're starting off with the blue, and we just kind of put some on there. Usually don't want to use this much. I had to take some photos with it. So you just want to make sure that it has like a 4 or 5 pea-sized drops, which are more like this size, these sizes right here. But I had to do a bunch, so let's go ahead and get started. It's not that hard. You may be kind of scared because you're gonna rub against your car. However, the big thing is just don't slap your car with the extension cord just like that. Basically what you want to do is throw the extension cord over your shoulder, and then you want to basically, spread it around. And you guys saw the before. We're gonna go ahead and start. So that was to spread it around. And you guys kind of saw the before of how hazy it was, so we're going to try to get that haze out in this spot. So you always want to start and stop it with it on the ground or on the hood, because if you don't, it'll splatter that stuff all over the place. You'll have to like clean it everywhere. So you start off slow, then we'll kick it up until about a medium setting, and then we'll kind of work in probably a 16-inch by 16-inch square, and you kind of go back and forth a couple of cross-hatching passes, so you go up and down, side to side. But you guys will kind of see what I'm doing here. This is just a wipe down just to see how we're looking after the first step. You always just want to check your work, see how it's coming along. So if you guys can kind of see there, if it focuses, see the haze and how there's just imperfections in the paint. Just kind of looks cloudy. Well, if we walk over here, see how it gets a lot more clear, and you can just see like the factory paint defects and stuff, because Ford paint. But if you go back over here, nice and cloudy, and then over here, nice and clear. So hopefully, yeah, that's just step one. So we're gonna keep refining and get that crystal clear. The first step actually might be a little cloudier than everything else, because as you work up, you get rid of the cloudiness. So by the third step, I bet this is gonna look crystal clear. We're gonna see the reflection of that light, no problem. So we've just shot photos of it, so I can actually show you guys how much I usually use. Not that much. Boom. This is all live in action, baby. So what we're gonna do, is just gonna spread that around. It's okay if you accidentally make a little happy mistake. It's Bob Ross. But we just spread it around with your finger, something like that. Just gonna have one extra wet spot, but it's all good. It's called priming the pad. Something I didn't mention on the last one is how much pressure you use. You wanna let the pad and the actual compound do all the work. You don't need to push hard, you're just trying to make it so it doesn't skip. So I mean, it's literally like the smallest amount. Like if you were to rest your hand on someone's shoulder with just your arm weight, that's all you need. So we're gonna go ahead, keep working on that spot. This is gonna be the second step of a 3-step system. Sometimes you need 1 step, sometimes you need 2, maybe 3. So just gonna do it for the sake of the video, all 3 steps. But take a look at your car, see the condition that the paint's in, and that's gonna be what determines what steps you gotta take. So here's after the second step, and there, let me zoom in. Right there's all the cloudy stuff, and then we scoot over, and it's getting more and more clear. Let's see, I also have some rock chips and stuff like that. It's just a black car, so you're gonna see some of that stuff, but you can use Dr. Color Chip. But there's the cloudiness, and then over here, just the second step. So we're gonna finish up with the finishing step. Makes sense why it's named that, and then we'll show you guys the finished product. All right, so we got the GoPro on my head so that way you guys can see a little different perspective how I look at it. So again, just gonna pat it down, get it on 1 and spread it really quick. Just even coverage, so then we're gonna bump it up, and then we're gonna do probably 2 or 3 passes back and forth. So 2 sideways, and then 2 up and down. So 4 full passes. Again, you can add or remove passes however much you need, but always make sure that you're not going dry with the compound. So you can kind of see a waxy haze, hopefully. That's how you know you're still going. So if you start seeing that get dry, just go ahead and add some more or do another step. is the finished product after all 3 steps that Liquid X makes. You guys can kind of see the line there of where I stopped. Probably could have done like a masking tape line and shown you guys, but just look at how hazy it is all around that light. And then you can almost see the line there, just where it gets way clearer. So imagine you do that over your entire car, which I have done before. It takes probably 4 or 5 hours, and you guys can see just that little haziness is still nice and glossy overall. However, if you were to polish your entire car like that, just know it's going to take probably 5 or 6 hours, 4, 5, 6 hours, depending on the size of the car and depending how bad the paint is. Again, like I said, the car's pretty good. I just want to show you guys overall how this step works because this is a new product by Liquid X. But polishing is really simple. You guys should definitely not be scared to polish. It's really hard to mess it up. I mean, people say about like burning paint and stuff like that. If you use a dual action polisher, and that one's actually from Harbor Freight for 60, 70 bucks, they have some on Amazon as well. But if you just use a nice dual action polisher, the dual action is the spin and the oscillation. So with that combined, you really, as long as you don't sit on one spot for like literally minutes, you won't burn through your paint or clear coat. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial and showing off the Liquid X products. I'll always have the link down below to save a little bit, so use the code down below, and I'll have the links to all these products so you guys can check them out. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, then please comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.